Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Oakland Raiders. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Watch him now, Barney!
And now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Watch him now, Barney!
Now Darkwa. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Oh, yeah! Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Detroit!
He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll run with Darkwa. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. On the run, Darkwa. And Hill running right through it. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Here's Darkwa, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
How about this opening drive? Play number 12 now. This is 3rd down. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Play fake here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. It's Shepard. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play. And it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact,
and the ball is knocked out, and the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
From the shotgun. He'll look to throw. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Chargers getting set to go. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, that the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room, right? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. They knew they were going to have great field position, went all out, got a little too aggressive.
And you have to understand your angles. They're cut down when they're that backed up. You've got to be careful going after him.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on fourth down leads to 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play.
Well, they had that one snipped out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Gone!
Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They're going to look to throw. And right side, Henry's got it. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
A first down carry for Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Detroit!
Looking to throw. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. They'll run it now out of the gun. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down. Now Saquon Barkley, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cole. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll look to throw here. And the Raiders have got him. Ryan Shazier. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one caught left side by Cooper. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, Amari Cooper, it's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. This is Hines. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Gone! Detroit!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Joey Bosa in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This a 33-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So a couple. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
Oh, you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead now stands at 13. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Cameron, the intended receiver there, and that'll bring up second down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. It's lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Pull the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top. Top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
The Chargers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Raiders have recovered.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, complete. That's Cooper. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Here's Hines. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They run with Hines. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this market.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They run again with Jackson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's brought down, getting bring this one up to about the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On play action, they'll throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cole. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this will be taken at the 13. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19! Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Back now in the East Bay.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 30!
They'll set up a throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The Raiders on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 18. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going. So, I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them locked on their heels.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
He'll look to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right. They have had no room to breathe. They'll drop to throw. It's caught. Shepard. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. And he's got room. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to work his way down to the 16. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Detroit!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. In for the score. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out right now, clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Leopard! Leopard!
Now it's Hines. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Same story continues. He's the only one that's scored for them, their kicker, with all the points.
So now when we hear the chants of MVP, MVP, they definitely aimed at him because he has been the only guy who's put points on the board in this game.
Kickers are always either the hero or the GOAT. So far, he's definitely the hero. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cole. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it. Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
I think we can make this one pretty simple. That was a rookie mistake made by the rookie quarterback, trying to force a pass without really using proper mechanics.
The Chargers on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be third and a mile. They're going to look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Gary and Conlon, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Oakland, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll have another home date next week as the Kansas City Chiefs come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.